but it is a silent failure.
Here we are at the Massachusetts State House, beautiful mid-September 2014, and we're at a Stop Common Core rally. And speaking right now is a very well-known educator, Peg Lussick. And we had a few state reps, including Leah Cole from Massachusetts, from Peabody, and Mark Fisher, gubernatorial candidate, and a few other individuals. This was hosted by Liberty Chalkboard and the Common Core Forum of Massachusetts. And one of the great ironies of today's event is a statue of Horace Mann, prominently behind all of us here. Horace Mann was known as the father of public education, and unfortunately he may be highly regarded, but it was Horace Mann that introduced what is called the Prussian model. He went to Germany, Prussia, and Prussia had state schools, and the notion of state schools is to promote statism. And although Horace Mann didn't expect the schools to completely model after the Prussian schools, it's exactly what we have today. So the Common Core issue is really a symptom of a disease, and the disease is state education or state control of education. When you look at the U.S. Constitution, you will not find any reference to education whatsoever. In other words, it was left up to the parents and to the local communities. But if you look at the Communist Manifesto, there are 10 planks. And one of those planks, I believe it's the 10th plank, calls for free education for all. Well, that means that education is in the hands of the state, and only the statist views will be presented. Now, of course, in the 1840s, we were still largely a Christian nation. I don't mean in the sense of a theocracy, but most people had a strong Christian, and some referred to as a Judeo-Christian perspective. But he was able to convince people that had a legacy of freedom to pass compulsory education laws. So while the United States did a wonderful job in abolishing involuntary servitude when it came to slaves, it introduced partial involuntary servitude when it said that the law said that children within a certain age must attend school, and these are the certain hours and so many days. And it's interesting today when you tell people that it wasn't always this way, they can't imagine it. Well, what did children learn? It was impossible. How could children learn anything without the state forcing them? Well, the man who designed this beautiful dome, Charles Bulfinch, did a survey in Boston in the early 1800s, and he concluded that we had a 90% literacy rate, and even the poorest child in Boston had access to education. So I do want to recommend people who learn more about this issue, contact Liberty Chalkboard. They're on the web, as well as Common Core Forum if you're in Boston, if you're in Massachusetts. If you live in other parts of the country, other parts of the world, you can get a hold of this group, JBS, JohnBirchSociety.org, and their educational arm, the Freedom Project Education, FPE.edu. Go to YouTube and look for videos by Dr. Duke Pesta, P-E-S-T-A, as well as many other, Sam Blumenfeld, Charlotte Isabet, of course Peg Lussick, and many others. And I encourage you to get involved. This issue isn't going to go away if you sit back on the sidelines, and we need more people involved.
Way our teacher here talked about, until the 4th grade for addition and subtraction instead of 2nd. You don't have to need to know how to do long division until the 6th